Sit back.
Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Dennis.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
I'm here with the one, the only Ielfri, Hernandez. Thank you for coming on the show. Great to have you back on the show. You are taking on Troy Ferris at K4 October 19th, so 2 days away. Weigh-ins are tomorrow. How you feeling?
Man, I feel great. All things considered, honestly. Yeah. I think this camp's been really good, especially the diet. I'm glad I started it over 2 months ago. That was a good choice on my end for sure.
Yeah, it was great to see you. You had a lot of energy in practice today. It was like a very good practice. He was up. I mean, we sweated a little bit, but it was awesome, man. It was really, really good. You were moving great. Like it's not like one of those ones where you're like sucking all the weight out. It's just keeping moving, keeping healthy, and being ready to go for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I just weighed myself. That's funny. It's 159.2. We're right there.
Wow. Oh
That's it.
man.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you're a little bit hungry. You better eat something.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm going to have to get up in about 15 minutes and get my food out of the oven. So when I go run away real quick, I will be less than a minute. I just got to run and grab my food out of the oven so it doesn't burn up. Make it
Yeah.
some chicken fingers, some terrible food.
Nah, it's fine. I need to grab something. So you're good.
Yeah, I wanted to have you on last. You're my student. You're my gym. So obviously we represent Integrity Martial Arts and yourself. Um, what can you tell me about what went into this camp and what went into this match?
What went into this match? Well, that's funny. Well, I'm gonna say it like this because I was talking to It's funny. I was talking to White Belt Joe about this right before we actually started rolling. Well, well, you said what went into this camp or like the match?
I asked both. So first, let's ask what went into the match because that's a way better question, anyways.
Yeah. So okay. So we're in October 2024. Okay, so we're gonna go back all the way to January 2023. So almost 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy. So, I'm facing Troy Ferris in a matter of less than 48 hours on the 19th of October. Troy faced my brother Alex Hernandez. For those of you who might know him, he's younger brother like 5 by 5 years. Um, when they competed, Alex was only 10 months of it in Nogi Jiu Jitsu. He only won like one tournament by the time they actually competed, so it wasn't like how can I say this? I didn't know much about Troy at the time, but when we started to study and we found out, oh, he's a wrestler, this and that, and then I think he did like Pans or one of the IBJJF tournaments, and he got like a bronze, I believe. So we're like, okay, cool. So we see his wrestling, we see he's got a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Unfortunately, by the time those two faced off, Alex was a little bit under, well, a lot in the weight, by like 15 pounds and very underskilled. So, Troy dispatched my brother pretty easily in like 55 seconds, not even a minute, right? With the key lock from Kesa or side control, right? And then a few months later, well, Keith brought up the matchup. And I guess he kept, from my point of view, I guess he kept asking for it because throughout of 2023, it was probably brought up like what 2-3 times, and I was just like, I like, with all respect to Troy, I honestly did not care to have a match with him. I really didn't. I could have cared less, and I'm trying to be as honest as possible in saying that, because in my eyes, you just got your blue belt. All your matches were pretty much all your matches are gi matches. The only no gi match that was against my brother, who like I said, a 10-month white belt. So like I wasn't impressed, and even now, right? I still I still have more to lose in the game. Like in my opinion, I don't gain anything from this, but you know, the more he kept pushing, I was just like, you know what, I respect the fact that he's very persistent in asking for this match. So I was like, you know what, let's actually do it. And so that got made back in like what, June, July, like the last time that they asked, because we were gonna plan this for the August K4, but I was like, well, what's after that? And then Keith came back to us with the October card. Then here we are. Now it's all set after what, 22 months or something like
Yeah.
that.
For everyone that doesn't know, you competing in ADCC, you were getting ready for ADCC, and not only to compete in this, not only do you need to take the time to do it, you need to get blood work, you need to get medicals. It actually is an expense to compete in this tournament, where you obviously you pay to compete in ADCC too, but this one is not really what you're looking for. It was just like a one match thing, you know. So
Yeah.
like your focus was really on ADCC, and you put it off for a little bit, and now it's here. But you got to admit, on Keith's side, this is a great matchup. Like, he beat your brother, you're coming back. Like, it's easy to sell this one. Um, your match has generated the most internet traffic. I do write-ups for every fight, and
Yeah.
your write-up has generated the most internet traffic and has the most clicks on it and most comments. So yours is definitely one of the most hyped fights for this match, and it's just a grappling match. So I think that's pretty good. Like, a brother getting revenge on a brother, that's a great selling point for a match.
Yeah, I guess that's the story behind it. As much as I try to tell people, I really don't see it that way, because like, I love my brother, but like I tell people, that was his match. I don't care for it, right? Like, the way I see it, I'm like, I don't take anything from that match. So I see him as just like another opponent. And I've heard things of Troy, not very great things, but it is what it is. Everyone has their side on what they're picking on this. I've seen a lot of people have been split on this, but I'm gonna treat him like I would treat any other black belt, pretty much.
Yeah, and this is an exciting match. You guys are actually matched up well in weight. Um, he's a very good wrestler. He made his fourth in the state. Wrestled for Brockport, Section 5 guy. Very good. Has a lot of success in the gi.
Yeah,
But he's a blue belt and you're a purple belt, and so it's a lot different match when you take off the gi too.
yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what he does. I'm gonna do what I always do, because sure we have our game plans going into this, but at the end of the day, my pursuit in jiu-jitsu, as you know, is like to become the best well-rounded grappler overall. I don't care, man, a lot of gas. But I don't care about having the best wrestling or the best ground game. I want to be a jack of all trades in every aspect of the sport, whether that's standing, hand fighting, fancy burn bolos, and all of that. Yeah.
So, like, most people would say that going into the match that Troy has a wrestling advantage, but you worked very hard in your wrestling in the last, I don't know, like 2 years or so, year and 3 months, year and 9 months or so. You really put a lot of focus on it. Your hand fighting is very good. Your wrestling's like college level, I would say. Like, I think this is going to be a very exciting match from top to bottom. What do you feel about your wrestling going into this matchup?
I feel confident. I won't say who I've been training with, but for those of you who have been in the match, like, I try my best to get wrestlers in, and to like really hammer this out. Shout out to Cam. Um, but I feel very confident. If he wants a wrestling match, I'll give him a wrestling match. But at the end of that exchange, I'm gonna catch him regardless. But I don't know. Standing wise, I feel great overall. If I get taken down, my back, everything. I don't know. It's really hard to pinpoint one spot, but yes, I do believe, especially these last 2 years working with you, that's all I want to do. Just be a very strong top player, because guard game, like many people in jiu-jitsu, came first, and that's great and all, but like I said, if I want to be the best overall, you know, lost my train of thought. I want to be the best well-rounded. Then, of course, I have to eventually work on my top game, and that's when like you and I's partnership became more of a thing. And I don't know. I feel like I feel like I can compete with anybody in any part in the grappling exchange.
Yeah, without talking about the room, we have a very high intensity wrestling room. We have pro fighters in, we have very high level wrestlers in, we have medium level wrestlers in. That's our Sunday wrestling program is pretty tight. It's turn up the heat and we bang it out. I don't want to talk about your guard game. I know what you're very good at. Um, your guard game is very top notch as well. Um, I don't think um, I don't think you're gonna have any problems if you're on the bottom, which is a possibility, of course. Or the other thing is you chase a submission, you end up on the bottom. I think your guard game is really good. You can change off into a lot of different guard attacks, and I'm sure you feel very confident there, correct?
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially these past couple of days that let's say the past 2 weeks I just been trying to finish every single role I'm in, at least one finish, right? Whether that's from the back, whether that's from legal leg entanglements, just looking for the finish from everywhere I can get at this point. Whether because sure, I can I always tell people if you can't submit them, beat them, but this is some only, so points are gonna get me anywhere. So I look to finish from any spot I'm in, anywhere. And especially what like we were talking about earlier about the past weeks with the wrestling. Um, with the wrestling itself also came the explosion because I feel like in these past 2 years as well, my passing has really exploded. Because like before, I want to say in 2022, my passing was, in my opinion, okay. Like I feel like I probably couldn't pass a purple belt's guard at that point, but this year alone, man, I just been studying a lot of Gianni Grippo and the B team guys. Like they have some of the best passing in the world. So no, it just goes back to just becoming well rounded. That's been like my obsession lately. Well rounded, well rounded.
How do you feel on top chasing submissions? You just talked about your passing, and obviously I know what your passing's like. What do you want to tell the fans what your passing's like? You don't have to go into your game plan. Just remember, he's probably gonna watch this before you guys compete. So just remember, everything you say is everyone's gonna talk about it. So
Eh, I don't know. I feel like I don't. I feel I'm very. I've gotten to the point where my confidence level is really high coming into this match, especially with I'll say it like this. If you guys saw Legion Submission Combat, which was the last event I was at back in early September, I did display a little bit of my top heavy guard passing game. You guys saw a little bit of the heavy aspect. You haven't seen the dynamic uh, flow passing lately, but if we get to it, if we get to an exchange where I'm on top, you're gonna see a lot of that. As Jeff and me like to joke around, I like to break dance on top of people. So hopefully you guys will see some of that if we
it's
get.
a it's a real fancy dance too. You'll be excited if you fans see it. And man, your lockdown top pressure that you enacted in Legion submission was really top level. And you faked one way, you got the other, you freed up the other arm, you finished it. You were in such a dominating position. You show a lot of good top pressure there too. Your
Yeah.
top game is tight. I wouldn't want to be on the bottom in this one.
Oh yeah. Thank you, thank you. Hey, that's the goal. Like I guess you can say you can see what I'm working on based on that match, but there's way more to that. And hopefully it's on full display in 2 days. Because I'm gonna be honest, guys, I love to give a show, but but if the submission's there, I'm gonna take it home. Whether that's in the first 2 minutes or in the first 30 seconds.
Let's talk about the submission base for a while. We kind of skirted over it when you're talking about legal leg locks. You've been competing with full heel hooks. You've been competing
Yeah.
with like full reaps. You've been competing with like pretty much black belt ADCC rules. What's it like going in with a little bit of limitations on the submissions you're allowed to do?
Well, actually, that's honestly the one of the main reasons I wanted to do Legion Submission Combat, because they kind of have well, I think they do have the exact same format going into this one. So, and I've already competed in IBJJF rules that's before. So it honestly, this hasn't been a much change to me. Sure, I can't hit heel hooks or or toe hold as much as I would want to, but I've been working as well on my one-handed, if not, straight ankle locks, because that's all we can apparently do. So, uh, like I said, yeah, I don't know. There's just not much. It's like it doesn't really bother me. Like I said, the restrictions, they're nothing. None of these rule sets are brand new to me.
Right, and I like that you competed in leading submission just to feel the rules set out too. We've been going no heel hooks in the gym for a while now too. It's been kind of nice on my knees, except I don't want to say what's getting really good, but my ankles and my knees are still sore. So you definitely been putting it on with the legal leg locks that are allowed for sure.
Anything and everything that I can do, I will try to implement for this game plan.
Jared jumped in. He's like, so mean, bullying 40-plus-year-olds daily.
Hey, hey, I'm sorry, but it works down the line because you're humbling all the other white belts that come through with your wrist lock, so it's okay.
Yeah, he's wrist locking parents on their first day, man. Like he's trouble.
Yeah, it works
Oh man.
down the drain. Everyone's in there.
Ray predicted that you're gonna win by a triangle choke.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give my prediction for the fight. I'll give it when I'm speaking, but I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, I won't give away what I want to do, but I can see it in certain exchanges. If he has the tendencies that like some wrestlers still do, even when they're at blue belt, they still have those little habits. They might get caught. Not gonna say with what, but hey, that triangle might be possible.
He's coming from a school that has a lot of competitors. Do you think he has an advantage coming from a bigger school?
We're talking about like prior, like Spar, or we're talking about Buma.
Talking about Buma.
Buma.
Like there's a lot of like competitors at Buma. Don't have so many at Integrity.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. If I'll say if he's been training with the right people who know a little bit of my game, I believe he's in capable hands. But it's how you prepare for that because it's one thing to know my game, but it's another to stop it. So, yeah, I do think that he's in capable hands, especially for this one coming up. Like, there's certain higher belts that have rolled with me enough to know a good amount of my game. Not recently, but from our past exchanges. But that's like 6 months ago. So we'll see how he, if they have a solid game plan, how they handle this. I feel like they're gonna try to what's the word I'm looking for? Tie me up, slow me down any way that they can. I feel like a lot of people recognize that I'm always very dynamic, never really slowing down, keeping the same pace the whole time. So if we want to bang it up, we can bang it up. But if not, most of the time, I feel like they're gonna try to tie me down, especially wrestlers. I notice that more than anything.
Do you think he can slow you down on the feet enough to stall the match out? Give me 1 minute. I gotta pull my food out just like I said. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Come here.
You can tell this podcast was so last minute. I started cooking before we even decided that we were going to do it. So this one worked out perfect.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. So we were just discussing whether you think he can slow you down enough on the feet to stall out the match.
I do not think so. Like I don't think so. I'm not gonna allow it. Like one way or another, we're gonna exchange. Whether that's me, whether he wants to play that, push my shoulders away, circle around the cage for like 3 minutes, and then eventually get in there. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna hunt down for every submission that I can. Of course, I'm not gonna put myself in any vulnerable positions. So if we have to play different strategies, if we have to adapt to the way he, his reactions on certain things, then we'll just keep playing, keep playing. I just don't have a plan A. I have A, B, C, D, and E, all the way to Z. There's always a plan for these things.
Do you think competing in the cage just recently is going to give you an advantage, knowing what the layout is, knowing how to use the wall, just being able to wrestle in the cage?
I think so. Like, I'm really glad that the match that I had, we had a little bit of an exchange against the actual cage, so I felt like the shift of momentum when you push off the cage a little bit. So I feel that, yeah, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't a lot of time spent, but I got a good grasp on how it's gonna feel in there. So I definitely feel like I'm coming with advantage, whether it's with the like cage time, or I don't know. I just I just feel like the only possible way he comes in with advantage is obviously his wrestling. I don't see anything else.
Yeah, and I think even just being in a cage, it's just a different feel. Like
Yeah.
when you're competing on a square and it's like on a jiu-jitsu mat or even a wrestling mat, like there's lots of matches going on around you. It's not like you're the center of attention. It's not like you're enclosed in. There's always a space to run out to. When you need a break and push the guy out of bounds, it's different in the cage. There's no stopping, and every eye is on you. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely felt the way. You don't feel that bounce on the canvas as much. Yeah.
No, I told you, like when you're in there, dude, the wall's unforgiving, but that cage got some bounce to it, and you'll get a little bit of time to play in the cage. The K4 cage is a little bit tighter than that one over down there at Legion Submission, but the K4 cage is pretty tight. They usually pull in pretty tight, so it'll be
Mm.
a little bit closer to the wall.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't think it makes much of a difference. So we'll see. We'll see.
Canvas might be a little bit faster too.
Yeah.
The canvas will be drawn out, so it'll be a little bit faster movement than it was in that cage too.
Yeah. Yeah. I did feel the difference a little bit on when. How can I say this without divulging too much? I felt the difference in the tight passing on the canvas versus the mats. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
I feel like in a way I can pin like power pins. I don't know how to say it without giving away too much.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I know exactly what you're saying. All the people that train with us know what you're saying. So, because we all felt you, and
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying because I know the difference. But the cage, the K4 cage is going to be a little bit slicker because it's going to have the decals on it too. So there'll be spots where it'll be slippery like a regular mat too. So
Okay.
it'll be different like depending where you are in the mat too. You'll go in there and you'll fill it out when you're in there. It'll
Oh
be a huge difference.
yeah.
What is your prediction for this fight?
Hey, 100% submission. Well, like specifically, or
Yeah, specifically. That's what the podcast is all about, man. Asking tough questions.
hey, uh, I want to finish the same way I finished my last match, armbar from the S mount, same way.
Man, that'd be awesome if you can
I
hit
don't know if
that.
you know this, but I've been trying. I've been working. It became kind of my favorite thing afterwards.
You got a lot of tricky stuff from there. I like that tight submission game too. Like we've been like I like to show it. I like that tight mount game, that tight side control game. Like I like that tightness because I'm not fast like you, man. Like people get away from me when I try and be fast. So I gotta be tight. And I like the fact that you're still young and athletic. You don't need any, you go fast and explosive. You can be tight, but like tight makes them quit. So that's why I like it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's my thing right there. If we get on top, expect it to come.
Yeah.
Imme-
All right. To anyone watching, you can still use promo code K4 Hernandez to get Ielfri credit for the tickets. It's the gold standard show. There's the link right there. You just go to buffaloroadworks.com, and there'll be a sub thing you can click on for K4 Fighting. When his name comes up in the promo code, just type in K4 Hernandez. Just add K4 to his last name. It's spelled right there in front of you, over there. And then he'll get credit for the tickets. Every ticket that he sells, he gets a commission on it, and then that's the only way you make money for this fight. Hopefully, you can make your medicals back at least, or a few dollars. Um, do it now, though. Make sure you guys do it in the morning, because once Keith tallies out the money for the weigh-ins, then the promo code is no longer active. It'll be like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. It'll go off. So do it tonight if you're watching now. I see there's a bunch of guys watching now. If you're watching now, make sure you get it. All right, and we'll definitely appreciate all the help that we get. Do you have any sponsors to shout out there, Ielfri?
None. It's so funny because what was it? Was it last night? Either way, a day or two ago, I won't say their name because obviously it didn't come to fruition, but I talked to someone 2 days ago, and they told me that if they knew beforehand that I was doing this, because I really just met them, they were like, "Oh yeah, we definitely would have sponsored you." So hey, if K4 has me again for December, whenever they're the next card, hey, if they have me, I will probably have a good sponsor coming up.
Heck yeah, and we got ADCC coming up too. Hopefully they sponsor for that.
Yeah.
It would help, any sponsor Ielfri can get will definitely help him compete in the tournaments, because man, it's expensive. Sign up for tournaments to drive there. Like right now, he's gonna drive the way in, drive back, and drive out the way in. Maybe get some sponsor money, can get a hotel for you and your girl, and you can stay out there and take the baby, and like make it a whole family trip. It's tough because Ielfri's a family man, and he takes care of his family.
Yeah. Hey, if I'm not training, I'm working.
That's the truth.
Put in the 50, 60 hours a week,
Shout out to Zaf, shout out to your baby.
Yeah.
Man, like it's an amazing thing that you do. And one of the reasons why I like you so much is you're really quiet, you're really humble, you take care of your family, and you live in God's name, man. And you really do it. Like you do it the right way too. You just do it by example.
Hey man, I'm trying, man. Some days are hard, but I'm just trying to be an example. How we say it in Christianity, show our fruits of the Spirit. Just trying to live for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For more than anything. Yeah.
I love it, and I love the fact you post about it all the time. You're not afraid to talk about your religion. You live it every day, and you're the kind of man that like integrity is built around. And like it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously to you it matters what religion that you follow, but anyone that follows a religious path and takes care of other people, and I'm gonna make a post about like how you and Hayden have this brotherhood, and like you really look out for people. They become like your little brother. Like you do the same thing for them that you did for your brothers, and I see that every day. And that Hayden comes back and gives it back for you too, to be there for you. Like it's special to me, man. And that those bonds that we're making, that brotherhoods that we're forging, those things will last a lot longer than the gym. It doesn't matter who we train with, and like people are gonna come and go, but these bonds are what last. And I'm really glad that you're helping me establish these bonds, and that you're just taking it on yourself to do it, and that people are believing in you.
Yeah. Hey. I just feel like that's what flows out when when I'm just trying to, how can I say it, like surrendering fully to God, and because we all have our not so proud side of ourselves, and
Sometimes they both come out at the same time.
yeah, so I'm definitely not perfect. Some days I come in and I'm more serious because like I'm just like trying to like I don't know how to say it. Like some days I just have tunnel vision where I'm just like focusing on this, and I may not have a smile on my face, but I might have a smile like at the end of the class, because I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's like you kind of want to be great, but at the same time I just have that need to just help that person that's next to me, because like I made a post like earlier this year. I started to realize, God has helped me realize that even in this sport, it's not about me. I need to I open my eyes to see, I'm affecting this person, or this person's affecting me in this way, positively, of course. And I just want to do my best and give forward, because Lord knows I didn't have, like, I didn't really have a caring, how can I say it, a caring structure growing up, or not just growing up, or growing in the gym. So I just want to be that for whoever's looking in my direction, or who's standing next to me, whether that's Hayden or Joe, or or vice versa. When I'm sitting next to you, I would hope that you would also reciprocate that with me,
For
as
sure,
like
man.
you have, like you have.
I appreciate you
Yeah.
being in the gym, and I try and give you as much as I can, and I appreciate you. I never said thank you in person. I wrote it, but thank you so much for getting my promotion
Oh,
taken care of, like making all that happen, dude. Like it was really special, and like, I don't expect anything. Like I don't really take well to gifts and stuff, but I really really appreciate it, and it really made me love you even more than I ever did. Always passing knowledge, helping, fixing, good dude. Even if you got put up with his BS, Jared.
nah.
Jared likes it too.
What do you say? Oh, he's
Always
messing.
passing knowledge, helping, fixing, good dude. Even if you got put up with his bullshit,
Uh,
you gotta look out for his wrist locks.
it's okay.
Yeah,
As a week.
and I just want to say like how much I appreciate you making that happen with Dub and bringing Mike and all the people I love and Flores and like
Yeah.
putting that all together. That was one of the most amazing moments everyone's ever done for me, and I really appreciate that, man.
Hey, I was just one piece. Everyone else helped.
Mhm.
Like, 'cause, thanks money to Dub. He came to me with the idea, and I was like, okay, let's run with it. I
Yeah,
think we only had like a week, or two to get it together. So we're kind of like, oh, let's make a group chat. Hey, Jared, Amanda, let's try to get this done as fast as possible.
yeah, you pulled it together, man. It was awesome. I appreciate it so much. I'm glad I was able to get you on. Remember K4 Hernandez? Uh, I can't wait to see you compete. The K4 fans can't wait to see you compete. The interwebs say that you're the most popular fight happening, so we'll see what happens. It's gonna be tough to deal with Zion when he actually competes.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's gonna be a showstopper at the end of the fights. But I think your match is gonna be one of the best of the night too. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm happy to be the first, so the first match out there as well. So hopefully we what's what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, set the stage for the rest of the night.
Set the tone. I don't know. I don't think the rest of the night's gonna match the energy that happens in that fight. Like it'll be crazy. There's a lot of energy going into this fight. There's a lot of strong opinions one way or the other in this match, and I'm excited to call it. The one thing that sucks is I'm not gonna be in your corner. I'm gonna be calling the fight, but I'm gonna give you a lot of love in the booth.
Yeah,
Ben's gonna have to root for the other guy because I'll probably be a little bit biased in this one. So it sucks because my boss actually is is the coach of the other guy too. So we'll see how it goes.
yeah, yeah. It's like it's okay. It's all love at the end of the day, And
Yeah,
for all of you guys watching, like I don't care who has said what. God bless Troy Ferris at the end of the day.
yeah,
I hope nothing but the best for him. Hey, don't get me wrong. I want to win, and I plan on winning, but God bless him regardless.
yeah. He's the enemy for 48 hours, and I wish him the best of luck. So hope he makes it the match healthy. I hope he competes at his best, and after you beat him, I hope that he has the best career after, and he gets to be as good or better than you. But
Yeah.
I hope you smash him in 48 hours. Sorry, Troy. Like I would definitely bring you on, and if you were here, I would say the same thing because like we're training partners. Obviously, if he's fighting anyone else, I want Troy to win, but I can't root against my brother, man. We go to war every day,
Yeah.
and I love you for it, and I'm glad I had you on. And I wanted to close out the series. I don't get to do too many of these where like I try not to have our guys compete on these cards. Number one because I'm biased, and number two because I can't be there to corner them. So, um, but this one happened and I didn't really have anything to do with putting it together, so I can root for you all I want. And I'll be a little bit less biased commentary, like I'm gonna call it like I see it, but
Yeah, of course.
I'm rooting for you on the inside. And I can't wait to see you and your wife, and I'll see you all Hopefully I see you tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back. Derek Patterson's fighting tomorrow. Derek's the second fight, so I might be back. I don't know. I gotta be there at 3:30 tomorrow, so it's a long ass day. So hopefully I'll be back. The fights don't start till 7, so it's long. And then if I see you, I see you. If not, I don't expect to hang out too late. So if you're not there when I get there, I'll see you at the fights. I'm gonna make sure I'm there extra early, so if you need any warm up or anything, I'll be there to help hook you up. I'll take my suit coat off and we'll warm up like real men in the suit and tie.
Oh, appreciate it.
All right, Doc. I will see you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Love you always. And we gotta get on for the ADC. We'll do an ADCC one as well. We'll get everyone on that's going to ADCC with us. Everyone that's training. We'll get together with maybe Donahue will jump on and some of the Lumber City guys, and then everyone from Integrity that's going to do it. We'll have a great podcast then too.
Oh yeah,
all right.
For sure.
Peace out. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go eat my dinner, and I'll see you when I see you. If not tomorrow, I'll see you Saturday.
That's all right. God bless everybody.
God bless. Peace out. Thank you so much, Ielfri.
Of course.